Big shout out to all the VIP guys. It's London. Let's go ahead and welcome you to the channel. We focus on technical analysis, okay? Technical analysis is not just the fundamentals, what a coin is. It's how the price interacts, okay? In terms of the chart work, in terms of the pricing behavior, the formations, the patterns, the targets, etc. We focus on Bitcoin and some other coins. I had been waiting this evening to get back, really this morning, to get back involved with the stream until we went green, okay? We just flipped green, and I told the VIP, let's just go through this real quickly, because I told the VIP that I felt we were in a shakeout. Bam, bam. Essentially just a little bit of a movement to the downside, so that we would, so some of the retail might be shaken out. So that has proven to be a good call in the back with us in the VIP. Let me go ahead and just let you guys know, you can please let us know how you're doing with a like. We would appreciate that very much. And please also, if you could, let's see, if you could let us know with a like, and also let us know with a comment in terms of what you're trading. If you're trading Bitcoin, if you hit our bottom side target, our target's real easy, guys. It was super easy to find. In terms of now, it'll just be kind of etched in terms of the, I guess, the history of our channel. We just like to focus on lower side targets. It is on the 4 hourly, essentially. Just perfectly, guys. This pivot here on the 4 hourly was what we were discussing for just weeks, guys, weeks in preparation for this movement to the downside of Bitcoin in and around that 33,000, I'd say 33.5, 33.7, there and about. I'm going to go ahead and get this link to the guys in the back. Let me go ahead and place this in our VIP DM chat, guys. That is the room in the back where we are just having a great time. We're doing a lot of good stuff in the back. Those are the VIP traders. The guys who are trading, who are just determined to beat the market. That's the requirement for membership, is you want to beat the market. That is exactly the qualification for membership with VIP, and we don't take exceptions from that. We just everybody has to want to beat the market. It's real simple. So in terms of the price action, it's it's an interesting time for Bitcoin. Let's go through the details now. After I'm going to clean this chart up a little bit so we can definitely see it well. I do have some Fibonacci's that are in placement right now, and I'm glad that they're there, because we can discuss this strategy in terms of the pickup right now, the trade that just went green here for Bitcoin. Let's talk about our standard strategy. Is the prior breakout. You guys understand that, right? Let me see. We got, hey, Angel's in the house. Nice to see that, brother. Nice to see that. Much love to you. Love those pictures and love the videos from Eden Rain. Love that so much. That was just great to see all day long. You guys having fun in the snow. Didn't know it was so cold up in Philly, but that's definitely, that's not to be, I guess, I don't know, I shouldn't be surprised, but it's just, in Texas, it's just hot. It's been hot in Texas. So thanks for the videos. Just incredible, incredible kiddo you got there. You know that one thing about VIP, we got just Angel at the top right, our $1,000 super chat king, and what's that, 58,500 in terms of overall contributions. Just making a little bit of a splash, just a small splash in a nice pond, huh? We appreciate having you very much, and yeah, it just means a lot beyond all the super chats and everything. Just having you here, just family, just like a brother. You're just you're awesome. You're an awesome guy, and it's good to know you, brother. So let's go through the technicals today. I told Angel early on, and he will confirm, as well as the VIP will, that let's go and this is just a shakeout. And that was just put on the list in terms of exactly what I had stated to them. I was like, yeah, this is just, feel like we're going through a little bit of a shakeout. So that did prove true. Let's talk about what is a shakeout. If you say, like, okay, that sounds like a terminology that maybe we want to use. Not sure what that is. Let me get in to the chats here. Hey, London, you can publish as you see fit. Awesome, huh? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. We'll go through some pictures and some more fun stuff here in a bit. Let's talk about the technicals that we had just early on. What's the crucial? What is our strategy? If you're new to the channel, etc. Now I have the whole sweep indicator. If you guys want me to clean this up just a touch, I don't mind doing that. Give me about 2 seconds. Let's go through the whole. Let me see if I can get to the whole, and let me not clean up too much, but let me go ahead and just hide the holes here. Let me hide those holes, those indicators there. Let me. I don't think I need this line right now. Let's look at the top line. Let me decrease the value of this, essentially the visibility of that specific trend line, although it is important. We will talk about, let me see what else I can do to give you a bit stronger of a visual. We have a blue cross line right now. Let me clean that up. Let me just go ahead, and guys, always be willing to revamp your technicals in terms of what you're looking at. Rotated rectangle. That's a rectangle. Yeah, that's the okay, gotcha. That's the, yeah, we have the pitchfork in the back. Let's review a little bit in terms of just the target first of all, because this is our strategy. It's nice to just see it work continually, okay? As we would look at the prior breakout, I got these two VIP in terms of these specific price targets, just laid it right on top of the candle wick, essentially the top of the ascending triangle, a very bullish structure. You guys will know that. What does it have? It has an ascending line of support, buyers stepping in, right? And then we have a flat top of resistance. Boom, resistance on top, support along the bottom, buyers stepping in right up to an achievable and recognized maximum, okay? At the resistance, buyers taking, continuing to step up and push the price up. So what we normally do is the Fibonacci's, okay, from the prior breakout, let's just say the prior breakout in here, okay, and that breakout comes up to about right here on the candle wicks. If you guys really draw that specifically, and I'll do a quick draw a lot of times, get you guys targets, but just in terms of the specificity, that prior breakout right here is about that 39,091. 39,091 is the achievable maximum of the express maximum of that resistance. Drawing up to the candle wicks, let's get up into here to the candle wicks is what we would do essentially. And guys, you'll have some variability. You may need to be more aggressive or less aggressive with your pricing targets, etc. Always know, like, what's the solution? Well, the market maker didn't pick me up. That would be the complaint. Well, what's the solution? Well, I got in anyway. So that would be, as you deal with the real details of the price action, that's and how the market functions, that's what you're going to be looking at. So as we look at this this specific line from the initiation, from the prior breakout to the top side line here, to the top side, essentially the achievable maximum or the express maximum of this period, right? This pricing, the periodic function of this specified price movement, okay? And that would be, for us, we know exactly what level it hit, right? The 45,770. What was that level? That level was, if you guys will recall, on the daily, that was the, and we'll just go to it real quickly. Let's go to the daily. That's going to be the 100 moving average. If you'll recall that quick video I put out, just to kind of give a heads up, this is essentially going to be kind of the bear that we're going to be looking at real quickly. Just, not permanent, but it's something that needs to get flipped, right? That's going to be the line of resistance that we're going to hit. And it's just that 100 and 200 has played so crucially. We previously came real close to hitting the 100, not as closely as we did on the daily. Right after I did that video, it just really did. It was a clear take, bam, from that level. So as we would look at the pickup was right at about that golden pocket. If we do and that's the 61.8 to the 65th. That is the percentage at which, guys, that's the percentage that they call it the golden ratio, because it is that percentage which the pricing action wants to. It's kind of imperiled to go to the 61.8 to the 65th. It's just mathematically, with the probabilities, etc. That is the level with which you find yourselves very frequently visiting. Okay, on the macro, on the micro, it's just it's drawn to that level. So that's it's a calculative level that they use in, and it sounds a little complicated, doesn't it? But it's real simple. It's just the 65% of the move up here. 65% has been given back of the entirety of this move. Okay, so you would say, of this move that was up $6,500, 65% of that has been given back. Okay, of that $6,500, 65% has been given back, or about $4,200. So it could be calculated very easily. We just did it on screen just so that you see that effect. But what's easy are, we have Fibonacci tools, real straightforward. It's just, those are our pricing target tools. I just increase the color bands there, or the ranges, so that you can kind of see exactly how they are out of the box. But we just lighten them up a bit so that you can kind of see the residual price function behind them. Okay, so let's see. If you guys are new to the channel, we do have VIP our top shelf membership. And shout out to Josh, shout out to Luke, shout out to everybody in the VIP, and shout out especially to Angel. Angel, just between you, me, and the VIP, I just wanted to wait. And I said earlier on, I was like, this is a shakeout, and I let people know. I was like, I want to get back involved when the pricing picks up. And I was just looking forward to streaming, early in the morning, whenever it was. I really felt like the price was going to pick up, and was looking forward to that. So that's just kind of where I left things personally with everybody. I'm like, well, it's going to pick up. I'll be right back. So I'm glad that it did. We've had a lot of success in terms of the overall, we call it predictives. I'd say we've had a lot of success with the technicals. We really focus on the technicals, guys, more than I think any group. We really spend the time behind the scenes, really, really honing our skills, and that's just credit to all of you. And I'm just, it's going to be a really, really exciting 2020. We're looking forward, or 22. We're looking forward to, to the overall success. I know you guys had a great 21. We're looking forward to 22 like gangbusters. Going to be a lot of fun. The space is really developing. Few unknowns are in the mix. Okay, in terms of, as we would look at, we have the issue with Russia, we have the issue with maybe we have the issue with Ukraine. Maybe I should say that. I don't know. I'm not one to judge or comment on that. So we have the issue with Ukraine. I'm not sure how we would want to phrase that. We have the issue with the Federal Reserve, geopolitical issues, etc. Not sure the extent to which, and we can discuss this, and we haven't discussed it, but it would be worth kind of discussing at some point as we look at Bitcoin hitting down into the target level, about 41,542, thereabouts, depending upon how you played it. A little bit of a push down, up 0.27% to 42,166, and it was really great because I told Angel, I was like, we were chatting on the on cell phone, and I said, well, Bitcoin has gone green. It's time to stream. It's like, it was a shakeout. It's gone green. It's time to stream. And it was just very appropriate because, Angel's been around Bitcoin. He invested originally at $7.79. So he said, yeah, if you don't mind me saying, he's like, yeah, it's gone green. Way to go, kid. $7.79 to 40,000. That's green, essentially. So I get that. But we day trade. That's what we do. So we watch every move. We're interested in literally the micro, down to the minute, down to the 5 minute, down to the especially the 30, the hour, the 4 hourly, the daily. And we do spend time on the weekly and the monthly. And for those of you who don't spend time on those time frames, you just need to. It's a crucial element of your game that you can bring to the market. So let's look at the 4 hourly real quickly as we look at a little bit of positive price action. This is a level that just we need to kind of springboard back. Okay, the further that we get away from, and I'll tell you, it's a difficult kind of, I'd say, for standard retail, it's going to be a little bit of a difficult area in here. That I've kind of designated this as the hot zone in here where we are. Okay, because retail probably, a lot of them hopefully had a good entry. For instance, at our lower target, that's a nice entry. If they didn't get washed out going into the flat 50% retracement, and they were prepared at a level underneath, like at ours, I know a lot of people who I just know of a lot of people that hit our target range in here below that 50%. So that's a good thing. Really excited to be able to bring that information to the community. That's just a feather in everybody's cap. Way to go, VIP. We will go down in some history with that in our record book, so that's a good thing. As we would talk about the need to recapture right now, we'll just review once again. We can't review this one line enough. I just tell you, it cannot be reviewed enough. It is that important, and I want to reinforce it, that importantly, this support in October 2020 of about $10,000, bam, initiation of the trend. Then to July 21st, right, that $30,000 mark, $29,750, thereabout, okay? Got that in the back, boom, up to the upside. Then reinforcement of that level of support. We have 1, 2 pivots. Pivot here, pivot 1, pivot 2, here, pivot 3. Then we failed to hold, okay? Then this became kind of a precarious level in here, but it just dropped down to pick up the orders at the 50%, okay? So I know it seems like a lot is going on. It seems like a real heavy trajectory down. There were orders at the 50%. It's a Fibonacci level. It's also an institutionally recognized, I'd say a popularly recognized level of percentage discount, right? Whether or not you're using a GAN box, okay? If you guys use GAN boxes, regardless whether or not you're on a Gann box, whether or not you are on a Fibonacci, okay, you're going to literally have the same layover right in the middle in terms of your Fibonacci, or in terms of your 50%. Pardon me. Reading the other screen here real quickly. So as we would look at the 50% on the Gann and the Fib, it's solid. You have differences on the Gann and on the Fib. You guys know that, but one of the layovers is the 50%. That's it, okay? And the Gann is I look at the Gann box just in case you guys want to know, like, institutional levels of retracement, right? Institutional discounts. When I say that, it's just a more standardized level for people who are not maybe as technically inclined. Okay, if we go for a retracement here, let's just do this real quickly so we can go through this and just review it. A retracement, okay? Fibonacci extensions have what? Fibonacci extensions have the Fibonacci numbers, the percentage discounts, a Gann box, and you're going to draw them from the top down, okay? The top down on a Gann box, okay? The Gann box is going to have more institutional levels, okay? The one key crossover, okay, is going to be, and I'll just draw this out here so we can see it very clearly since I misstated it, etc. There we go. Boom, right there. This specified 50% level is the same. Let's just clear this up real quickly so we can just review it. You see on the right we have a Gann box, and by institutional I just mean it's guys that just may say, well, we want a 50% retracement, we want a 25% retracement, we want a 1/3 discount, I want a 60% off or a 75% off of the price. That's Gann box on the right. We have the Fibonacci extensions on the left, or I'm sorry, the retracements rather. We could have the extensions. They're almost a layover. Okay, they're just and you can use an extension to the downside, but typically we use those to the upside. So as we look at the retracements, the percentage again that we just covered, the percentage that let me go ahead and get out my where's that scuba mask polyline. It's the percentage that, given the entirety of the move, right, the percentage that's given back, okay? The 23.6, right, is a Fibonacci number. The 38.2 is a Fibonacci number. The 50%, boom, 50% on the Fibonacci retracement, and on the Gann box, 50% is the same level. So it's a good crossover from the institutional framework, the Gann box, to the more specified and technical framework, the Fibonacci. It matches up. Okay, then on the let's just say on the Fibonacci retracements, we then have the golden pocket. You've heard of 61.8 to the 65th, right? The golden pocket is that about 61.8 to 65th. On the Gann, you have 60%. Then on the 786, that's a key level Fibonacci, okay? And you don't have, like, institutional, 75%, 786, a little bit detailed, right? So we have the 20, we have the let me get this off here. We have the 23.6, we have the 38.2, the 50%, we have the 61.8 and the 65th, then we have the 78.6, okay? Those are your discounts, okay? You want discounts, you want to buy low, sell high, you just want to, we're not just going to run at the map, right, and decide where we're going, right? What would be the analogy? Let's just run at a map and decide where we're going. No, you sit down, you work on your targets, right? You work on those targets on your Fibonacci's, you work on those targets on your Gann. If you choose to go more of an institutional approach, the fact that there's a crossover at the 50% is a crucial fact in terms of that. Let's see what Angel says. VIPs, the more you trade, the more, there we go. You will be able to go weekly, daily, hourly, 15-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute, 30 second, 15 second, 5 second, and 1 second. Absolutely. It's just that is a crucial component of trading, and you learn at those lower time frames how the pricing interacts. You'll learn on the 5 second literally how the pricing is going to behave. It's just a huge indicator. As we look at like the 5 second, right? And the 5 second, this is just real interesting. Just for instance, let's look at this real quickly. Look at the left-hand side here. You see the 5 second? Okay, now the 5 second is going to behave in a pattern dynamic, etc. It's expressive of some patterning right now. Let's go to, let me go and put the 5 second on the left. Let's put the, what if we put the, let me get into here on the, here we go, on the specific 5 minute on the right, okay? You'll see the 5 second on the left. You'll see on the right a 5 minute, okay? So You say, well, those are the same thing. They're different time frames. Well, that's the point. Okay, as we deal with structural patterns, as we deal with technical analysis, to be able to look at the 5 second and say, well, there is a wave formation to the upside. To categorize what this is on the 5 minute versus the 5 second. When you spend time at the 5 second, when you spend time at the 1 second, when you spend time at the lower time frames, these become a lot easier on the larger time frames. And you'll learn tricks, you'll learn some clues about what the market is doing with the traders when you spend time at the 5 second. Now, the 5 second, guys, the 5 seconds, literally the price action between, let's just do this, between 41,720. Okay, so 41,000, let's see, 41,007, hold on, let's see where we are. 5 second, let me get on this, 41, let me get into this, 41, let's measure this up. Hold on 2 seconds, 1.1, let me measure this up, 5 minute, 5 second. Let me get into this. All right. I'm going to compare these apples to apples on the right and left. We got 2 charts up. Let's get to this one-on-one. I'm going to do a little bit of parity work here just to make sure my charts are on with each other. Let's look at the 5 minute on the right. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Let me get into, and Angel, we'd like to know which time frame you spend the majority of your time on. Which time frame are you most accustomed to? What is your, given the fact you've been in Bitcoin since $7.79, what is the key level or the key feature that you find I don't know, most important as you look at the, say, the 5 second or the 5 minute? What are you most does it depend upon your trade? Does it depend upon do you have a goal like with each time frame? We'd like to know that. I think VIP would definitely benefit from that. And while you let me know that answer, let me dig into and get kind of back on course with me on this with the I think an important pattern that's kind of popped up as we talk about the different time frames. We'll go through that. The bottom line, the point is this, guys: as you dig into it in a lower time frame, you're going to see more of the price action. Okay, when it looks like something's standing completely still, all right, when it's you're stuck on the hourly and nothing's moving, this is going to be the key feature of TA in the time frames. You're going to be just sitting there on the larger time frame. The hourly is just going to be stuck. All right, it's just going to sit there. It might move a little bit up, a little bit down. When you dig into the 5 second, for instance, if you want to get into the 5 minute versus like the 5 second, the lower time frame that you go into, you're going to see a lot more of the specified price action. Okay, you can trade the lower time frames. I recommend people do that just to get their head around the market. It's really important, and not with big cash necessarily. Just get in there and trade. Put just a little cash into the account on the lower time frame. Decide, I'm just going to trade this. I want to book trades. Get in there and book trades. Work with the patterns. See what you can see what can develop in terms of your understanding of the patterns. How quickly you can operate your exchange software. That's a big deal as well. Can you beat the order book, right? Can you figure out how it's filling up? Is it working against you? Figure out all those nuanced parameters of the lower time frames before you start slamming into the bigger time frames with bigger cash. I typically recommend that people do that, particularly if they're new to an exchange or they're new to crypto. Just figure things out. It's really crucial, guys. So spend that time at the lower time frames. It just everyone goes through kind of a primer phase. You'll go through that and you'll get through that. It's not that you'll need to do that. You may choose to do it to learn kind of what's going on with the exchanges, what's going on in terms of the price action, what patterns are playing, how they're playing. Is there a trick up the sleeve of the exchange? Sometimes you can find that. It could be to your benefit. One of those I don't know, one of the I guess what would we say, guys? I don't want to call it a trick up the sleeve of the exchange, but one of the patterns that we've seen work out continually is like a recoupment, a recovery into any type of a falling wedge. Now, we have experienced so much recently. It's just been wild here. The more you shrink, here we go. Angel saying, the more you shrink as far as the time and trade, the easier it will be to recognize. Yeah, there we go. At larger macro. Yeah, there we go. At larger micro and macro. Okay, good. Angel saying, the more you shrink as far as time and trade, the easier it will be to recognize. That's good. Yeah, more detail at the lower time frames. That's crucial. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Angel. Appreciate that very much. That was said in one word, what I probably could have taken 2 or 3 minutes to explain. So that's perfectly stated. As we would look at the falling wedge here, okay, we have a falling wedge indicated on what, guys? On the lines, on the larger time frames. As we would change into the lower time frames, also the issue with the lower time frames is that you're going to get more of the express price action would be the key focal. If I would do the 5-minute versus the 5-second, the key feature I would want to bring up is the notion that the lower time frames have more of the full expression of the price. So you're going to get more of a complete story in terms of the patterning that is going on. Okay, when you have more consolidated look, like on the 4-hourly, it's just going to be real kind of cut and dry. There's not a lot of, and we could just do this real quickly, just to kind of reframe it for me to finish that discussion. But as we would look at, let's say, the 4-hourly here on the right versus, let's look at let me go ahead and lock this down. Boom. As we would look at the 4-hourly, for instance, versus the 5-minute. Just look at the 4-hourly here and how it just seems a little bit more generic, a little bit more, definitely less expressed volatility on the right-hand side on the 4-hourly versus this specific 5-minute. Okay, so that applies the more that you dig down into the equation. Okay, so that's a real important facet. That's essentially where things are, where the detail is held on lower time frames. I think that's very well said. And as we would look at the market now, what is the condition of the market right now? It is in a condition where each and every time frame has been absolutely challenged by the other time frames. Okay, there are a lot of conflicting. Sometimes there are conflicting patterns. Okay, that's crucially important. The word conflicting as opposed to like complementary. If you have the same pattern framework on the same, or at least complementary, they're complementing each other. Okay, in terms of the pattern framework, we have 2 bullish patterns, for instance. That would be complementary. Or we have 1 bullish and 1 bearish pattern on a different time frame. Well, that's contradictory, right? We don't want that. So the more complementary information or data sets that we can put together, or information technical analysis that we can complete, the higher our probability is of confirmation of achieving that. Essentially, like, what's the confirmation of the trade, right? Well, all the time frames say the same thing, right? They're all saying the same thing, from the lines to the candles, right? Every pattern is the same on every time frame, and the lines and the candles on every time frame. That's what we want, right? That's the holy grail. That's what we're looking for, and it's not always easy to find it. So, we've the condition of the market right now, to finish the thought, and let's see here. To finish the thought, let me say this. I want to say thank you, Angel, for that. Thank you, Angel. Boom. There we go. I'm gonna put VIP. Boom. As we would talk about the condition of the market. Right now, it has been really the 85-day retrace that we went through has been a time where there has been so much conflicting information. There has been, in terms of the time frames, etc., it has been, if you're paying attention to it, it has just been really, really serious, okay, in terms of the mixed messages, the conflicting information. It's been stout, guys. I'll just tell you, in terms of that, it's just been something to it's always been a catch-22 almost at every level. That is, to some extent, that's the risk of the market. They're going to require that people, that you have some sort of risk measure. I say it, the guys that I see go big time, and Angel knows this, he's been around for a long time. The guys that just want to go haul off into it full blast, they dry out quick. I'll tell you that, in terms of that, or they dry up quickly. It's a game that, or it's a market. Let's say it's not a game, but it's a market that requires a discipline along with the skill set, or as part of the skill set. Discipline and consistency; those are real key features. So, looking at the falling wedge, this is technically a bullish pattern. Now, traders are looking at this. Traders are looking at this pattern right now, and I'm just confident of that because it's a popularized time frame, the 30-minute time frame. I got the information for the VIP and for Angel, etc. As we look at Bitcoin up 0.37% to $42,204. Just that there are roughly, they have said right now, their estimate, a professional level estimate, is 50,000 current crypto traders. There are 50,000 current, not 50,000. Did I say 50,000? Let me look at this again. Not 50,000. I'm thinking on one exchange that we were looking at. Let me pull up my document here. No, that's on a recent per day exchange. No. 50 million. We broke it down by day, by hour, etc. I'm not sure if I got that to everyone, but in terms of the information of how many are signing up every day, how many are getting into the space, 50,000 is a number there, and that fits into on like a kind of hourly basis, on a weekly basis. Guys, there's 50 million estimated crypto traders. So the number of people that you are competing with, it's literally football stadiums upon football stadiums upon football stadiums of individuals that are sitting there that are trading against you. So welcome to the show. That's what's up. That's exciting to say we want to be number one. If you could just put, and I think I focused on the 50,000 because I liked the analogy that I was thinking. It's like, well, how can I explain this to VIP? Like a nice football stadium will fit, 50, 60, 70,000 people, right? 50,000. Some of the newer ones, it's a real cush place, about 50,000, no problem. Can you imagine 50,000 people who know what they're doing in a crypto trading environment, and they're sitting there, and you just go sit down in the stadium with the 50,000 other participants. They're all trading, and you're gonna win. Okay, there's 50,000 of them. Okay, now put yourself in the context of there's 50 million crypto traders. Okie dokie. So we have some competition. So when we just think of the football stadium, I like the analogy. Okay, in terms of, yeah, you have to beat 50,000 people in that stadium. All right, well, you got to up your game. That's some serious stuff, right? As we would look at this, give me 2 seconds. Let me have a sip of coffee. As we would look, thank you. As we would look at the our pricing targets, for instance, right? When I say this kind of stuff, it may seem like I'm pounding my chest, or I'm London's too proud. He's just he's always gonna brag about it. Guys, there's 50 million people that are trading crypto. That if we get a pivot on the 4-hour BAM on a target that we presented weeks ahead of time, that is a beautiful thing. That is something that we take with a lot of pride, and we should, okay? Because it is that football stadium upon football. I mean, the numbers involved are dramatic. There's a lot of people involved in crypto, 50 million people trading crypto. For us to say and for us to push daily, and it's with streams like this, it's with the right kind of attitude always, right? In terms of just the group effort and the team effort and recognizing each other for who everybody is, and taking it to that next level of relationships, it's big to us. Okay, we're not just and it's just it's respect for each other in terms of our own group and doing your own TA. I don't want something that the other 50 million people. I mean, there are 50 million other traders that can tell me what some other 50 million traders think. I promise you, right? There are 50 million other traders out there that can tell me what the other 50 million traders are thinking in terms of their TA. We want the best out of the 50 million. And the best out of the 50 million are going to be the guys who are committed to doing their own TA. We don't shop TA, as Angel has said, and I like the way that you put that, Angel. Just we don't shop TA, right? I want the best out of the 50 million. And that's our goal, and we've had just a ton of success. Like Angel, if you you have to look at Angel, look at the guy on top. Well, come on, he invested in Bitcoin at $7.79. He's you talk. I'm sure it seems like you've probably seen 50 million people that have tried to trade crypto or been around and tried to talk about it or tried to discuss the technicals, etc. So it's a pleasure to have you here, brother. It speaks volumes that you're here, and you're I don't know, you're having a good 2022. I can just tell. So as we're going to look at the we're having one because you're here. We're having a great 2022 because you're here. It's going to be a great year. Let's go to the candle wicks. Let's tighten up these lines. I have kind of the grayscale on here now. Let me go ahead and lighten this up down on the bottom just a touch. There we go. And I'll see if I can give you guys a little bit of a better picture here. We have a bit of a contradictory pattern here. We spilled out below it. It may actually help us. Let's talk about a pattern that I brought up earlier just to kind of prepare people for a little bit of a drop in price earlier. Nothing Nothing dramatic thus far, but did discuss this descending triangle. Brought that to people's attention. It is technically a bearish pattern. Sometimes I'll set up a move in the market with a pattern structure. If you guys, it's not that I'm bearish on something, but if we're in a position and it's likely that we could kind of move down a little bit, sometimes I'll throw up some different language, this and that, or a pattern like this. And whether or not it's a setup for the move that's incoming, it is something that needs to be discussed because it's technically applicable. Okay, it's not like we're bulls, which we are. We'll tear a line of resistance down. We'll power through it. That's just how we're geared. Residual of the market. Look at all the red on the screen. That's interesting. Huh? Pretty red day. Things are recovering slightly, but that Bitcoin dominance. Where is that? Yeah, Bitcoin dominance up 0.5%. That's interesting to 43.63%. I'm really watching this pattern on the Bitcoin dominance. If you guys have been in contact with me, which you have been, you know that this is just my favorite, my quote-unquote, my favorite chart in crypto right now. It's because I'm a big fan of Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. So as we would look at this, it's a nice move to discuss in terms of the pattern formation that we're looking on the Bitcoin dominance chart. We'll discuss that real quickly, and I hope you guys will appreciate this specific move that's going on in terms of a bull flag with a little bit of a caveat to it. A little bit of and that's just, I say, a nuance or a bit of a detailed, just a slight detail, almost like a little secret it's got. Let's look at this bull flag with a move to the upside and then a channel to the downside, right? That's a nice standardized bull flag. We need this channel right here, okay, that cuts against the grain, that cuts against the trend, okay, to establish a bull flag. The bull flag is a move to the upside, then this downward sloping channel. We need it up, then we need this to be downward for the bull flag. It has to be downward for the bull flag. How do you trade a bull flag? Well, we would get a breakout through this previous line of resistance, right? We break out, then we confirm, boom, on the prior resistance to turn it into support, and then bam, to the upside. Okay, so the entry is indicated around here, unless you already have a position. When you have a position beforehand, it makes it a little bit easier. You're looking for a take on a failed flag rather than just an entry. You can get a little choppy on an entry, but when the price action is screaming bull, it's just when it's a bull run. We love trading bull flags without a doubt. So as we would look at this, the nuance comes in here, the detail comes in here, and I just want to talk about Bitcoin dominance because it's picking up in the form of a bull flag, and it's gaining dominance. Bitcoin is becoming more dominant in the crypto sphere. I like that a lot. Let's look at the this projected move to the upside, and that's not too aggressive. I think that's fine. Projected move to the upside is an additional, and it's really pushing now. You see this like a bull flag. There we go. Bitcoin is doing well. As we would look at this in terms of the dominance, up another 2.23% is indicated. But what is the nuance? What's kind of the secret code behind this one? Why did we hitch up in here? Let's talk about this. In terms of, I had these features here, and Luke and I have talked a lot about this. Do we draw the hitch or not? It's always something we say, we don't really like to, but we will. Okay, as we would talk about this specific, the feature of the bull flag, we also have somewhat of an indicated triangulation here. We also have, in addition to that bull flag, and that's going to come into play here, we also have a bit of a triangulation feature here. Let's go through this in terms of what we would see here if we included these two bottom line pivots here along a line of support. Let me just zoom in here so you guys can see that. You see the two bottom line pivots. There we go. Pivot 1, pivot 2. Okay. Now, that is what seems to have, I'd say, and somehow this is important because on Bitcoin dominance even, we're seeing, and we do see a level of respect of the technicals. So sometimes you say, well, I can't trade that. Well, in terms of the predictives that it provides, it's just really crucial in terms of those predictives. It's something that we want to always take a look at in terms of how can they further establish our trade game. Let's go into the hourly real quickly and see if we can. There we go. On the hourly, this is going to be a little bit more expressive. I'm going to get into the bottom of this specific, and you may have to dig in your time frames to get more in line with the true technicals on the chart. Always, as we were talking about different time frames. Let's take this this specific line now on any symmetrical triangle, and that's essentially what we're looking at is a bull pennant, not just a flag, but within the context of a pennant on the Bitcoin dominance chart. What would we do? What is the option? Okay, a bull pennant is going to be what? It's going to be a move to the upside, then consolidation in a symmetrical triangle format, okay, in the form of a symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical meaning both of the resistance and the support are formulating a symmetrical triangle, okay. So we would take as an absolute option that traders have, the measurement of the move to the upside is one of two things. One, for a bull pennant, would be stacking the pennant on top. And this is an interesting. If you guys trade a lot, this is an interesting pattern to look at right now, because on the bull flag, we've been, follow me here, tucking these underneath to the line of support in terms of the bull flag, or the bull flag to play out. We've been tucking those underneath along the line of support. So this is an interesting one for the exchange to show us what they want to do. Okay, and please listen to this. Okay, on the bull flag, we would expect to tuck this flagpole to the line of support. But on a pennant, we would expect to place it upon the prior resistance. Okay, so the flag drops down, the pennant goes on top. That's technically speaking, just purely technically speaking. But what I wanted to bring to your attention, and that brings up a question for us to answer. If you guys are following, I know it's early in the morning, but I just want to say it's a little bit of a it's not too much. You guys are smart guys, so we'll get through that question kind of presented to kind of I don't know, kind of resolve the essence of what we're looking at right now in the Bitcoin dominance. This line of support, okay, in terms of the context. If we bring this up, this is a measurement in terms of the target for any symmetrical triangle, which is a part and parcel of every single pennant is going to have a symmetrical triangle. Each and every symmetrical triangle on each one that you trade, you have the option of bringing up. Okay, you have the option of bringing up the line of support to the top and measuring that as your target. Okay, so the fact, and that's on any symmetrical triangle, including it would be an underperforming bull pennant that we would expect to perform, to the upside. We expect these to perform, way to the upside, right? So to the extent that we're seeing, and there's some additional details here which make this a very it doesn't get complicated, but if you don't know what you're doing, it can get a little bit it can be a lot. So we won't get too far down the road, but we will get into it enough to let you know that in line with this support, the carry up function here, perfectly, you want that parallel channel, okay, to the upside. That's the symmetrical triangulation measurement move to the top, essentially the carry up. I call it parity. To achieve parity, bring up that parallel function to the top here. So you see that we've just, in the context of that, that's not a bull flag feature, guys. That's only there because of these hits here. Okay, so I'm showing you the Bitcoin dominance is performing very well technically. Important, why? Because as you look at your indicators, USDT.D, right, the dominance, the tether dominance, we want to know, is it in a bull flag? Is it in a bull pennant? Will it play? Right? Will people be going more to tether? Believe it or not, if you can tell, will people be going further into tether? Like the dominance of tether, people are going to be going to the safe haven of tether. If we can rely on the pattern figuring of Bitcoin dominance chart or tether dominance chart, things become very interesting, guys. That's sophisticated stuff. Yeah, that's a nice tool to have in your toolbox. So, looking at that is the line that did confirm up and over. The residual question is going to be this, and for you guys listening right now, I think you'll like this. The residual question is going to be the extent to which, given the implication herein, this is a highly technical issue. Please pay attention. Given the carry up function of this specific implied, let's say, parity move from the level of support. For some people, this is going to be too much. Okay, they're not going to understand it at all. But it'll be like people who don't know crypto and they're like, I don't understand Bitcoin. I don't understand crypto. So for some people that don't really get into TA, you don't have it, they'll just, that's too much, I don't understand that. So put them in the same basket. That's not us. As we look at this carry up move here, Okay, carry up move. What's recognized? This channel framework. Okay, channel framework is recognized there. So with that implied, I'm going to say it's not implied, but with this confirmation, the thing is, it was not a hit of resistance at that line. It was a confirmation up and over the top of that line, which is interesting because it gives the dynamic of a throw over. Okay, and what is a throw over? It's an implied level. It's something it's when I say like a real, it's a subtle fact. It's a subtle move. It's something you're never going to catch if you're just looking at the bull flag. You're not going to get this, right? It's like, okay, there's an implied channel because of the pennant, the carry up of the support to the top line pivot. I got it. Yeah, so we copied off of top line resistance to the upside. The extent to which this channel, the implication of the channel, follow me here, the extent to which the implication of this or the actual carry up of this, right on, right? It's right on. It's not, maybe it's there, maybe it's not. You can't deny that. But the extent to which this would imply some sort of a throw over is very interesting because we know how throwovers work out. Most of the time, a throw over would, and this is like a step 10 out of 5, right? This is, let's look at this chart quickly, and we'll go 1 through 5. This is probably like step 10, maybe even 11. This is a big deal. So a throw over is essentially any kind of and you guys know this, any kind of a channel formation with a support or resistance where we're up and over it, and just for whatever reason they don't really like to hold. Just a throw over. It's like, let's get back down into our channel where we belong, right? So to the extent that that's what's going on right now, I find it highly interesting. It's a very nice pattern to trade, to discuss. It is, aside from just the pure, and this will be the question, it's a bull flag, right? It's just a bull flag with an interesting hitch, right? So if you can read into your technicals at that level, if you can have the extent and the framework to where you can understand what I just said, and the framework wrapped around the logic, which is solid. That's a solidly tight discussion that just took place. If you need to mark the time frame of where we're at, maybe I'll send you a clip later or something. But that's that. If you can understand what was just discussed in terms of the throw over, etc., if you know that throw overs, when they occur, they're more likely to collapse back in, and just appreciate the dynamics of the measurement from the bottom to the top on any symmetrical triangulation, okay? And the fact that that implied channel is there in spite of the bull flag. Sorry about that. In spite of the bull flag, okay? You're at the top of your game, guys. If you get there, you're top shelf. We talk about 50 million people. We got to beat 50 million people. All right. If you caught what I just said and that filtered through you, that's, guys, that's you're getting there. We're getting there, right? We're top 1% easily. Top 1% are going to understand what the heck we just said, or why, or what the implications are, or how to trade it, right? So it's just that's nice. That's nice. So I know that you guys did understand it. That's why we got the, if I said we got the number one team, let somebody else go chew on that issue. Let them rewatch that. That is that's just who we are. We're capable of digesting technicals on that level, providing that level of analytic. So when people say, well, how, you came up with the lower target on Bitcoin, you bet it, huh? And in about 2 minutes, I come up with this, and we can tell everybody in the football stadium on that analogy, just go home. It's not your day. Most people are not going to be able to realize that level of technical analysis in their game. So I'm glad that we do consistently. Good job. Let's see. Want to see if we have any type of a pattern formation here. Not necessarily. Is there a cup and handle that might be trying to play out? It's a little bit off. With an angle, potentially. Right? I'm trying to see if there's any reason here that we might also want to come back down and confirm for like a cup and handle. Right? Or have we already confirmed off of a cup and handle at this level? So I'm just really, really cognizant right now. I'm really watchful on Bitcoin dominance, and this is just my favorite chart right now. Just in terms of just it's a nice bull flag. And you guys know I love to trade. That's what I love to do. And when I look at something that's just a nice bull flag, it's like, hey, it's got my attention. So nice to see it playing out to the upside. Nice to see it up 0.5%, 43.62%. Very nice. Let's look at Bitcoin up 0.59%, 0.6%. Yeah, what's going on? That's what will denote the shake out, right? Very nicely done. What's up, Angel? What's up, VIP? How you guys doing? That is what we said. So in terms of that, what is what we said earlier on? It was just what was this in VIP? Let's just review it. Shake out about done. There we go. Let's see. Draw to the Wicks. Sheep still consolidating. Let's see variability. What do we got here? Favorite chart right now. Going through that. Sheep shakeout about done. So earlier on, I had talked with a VIP about shakeout in the back here. This is just our back rooms and what else had I done. I had gone through, and this is just like, fighter jets rolling low. I always tell people, like, go ahead, hit those targets, hit them low, and let's book your trades. That's a big deal. Just book those trades. Once you guys book those trades, I want to be known for booking trades. Okay, so in terms of this and making money, guys, 2021 was a great year for a lot of people. So I'm glad that worked out for all of you. And just 2022, great year to get everything in order, right? If you had anything, just kind of, this is the year of completion. Whatever may not have been done in 2021, well, now it's time for 2022. Right, it's not, that's not going to be forgotten. We're in a brand new year, and we're looking forward to some great stuff going on. Yay, what's going on, Bill Crypto? How are you, sir? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we got a good group here. We got, we just got Angel top right in crypto invested in Bitcoin since $7.79. And yeah, we go through technical. So if you're a top trader, we'd love to have you as part of our team. We have a really great group, a lot of good, solid guys, and just A-rated in terms of we want to be the best. That's our only qualification, is that you want to beat the market. So let's talk about Bitcoin real quickly in terms of the residual discussion that I will have, in terms of with the rest of everyone. I'll just say this. You guys, you're here very, very early or late at night. You're committed to this process. Okay, we talk about a lot of things here, like for instance with Angel or in the back room of DM. I purposely also didn't stream. I said I'm not gonna. I don't want to necessarily just tell everybody that, oh, it's just a shakeout. Just go on and tell everybody, on stream, etc. earlier on, well, this is a shakeout. Don't worry about it. If retail needs to get shaken out, and we just talk about it, if they need to get shaken out, they need to get a little bit shaken out. Okay, and that's just not. I want to. How do you join the kingdom? Yeah, you join the kingdom from a desktop computer. That's what you do. Is you join from a desktop computer. That's just a feature on the framework of a desktop. I think you need a Windows operating system. Not sure that Apple will work, but you'll be able to join from a desktop. And you'll fit right in with the guys in the back. We got all kinds of great charts, everything else, just people sharing stuff. Here's Anthony, for instance. We got Luke. What's up, Luke? How you doing, brother? Nice to see you. Good family guys. We got cool dudes. Vlad. What's up, Vlad? Strutting his stuff. We just got cool people, guys. We got Jason's lit. We got some U.S. military, etc. guys. Just we value a lot of our traders, and we're just excited they found their home here. And we just strive to be the best. So if that's a qualification that fits your characteristic set, then you make sure and you just join from a desktop computer. You can join Basecamp. That's just a starter level for like the price of a pack of gum. Right, I tell people they don't want to get a badge. You get a badge, you can chat in the room. You get to know us a little bit. If you just want to spend the price of a piece of gum, see if you like the place. It means a lot to us that you're willing to go that route. So yeah, I did wait to stream, and I told the guys in the back, this is a shakeout, and sure enough, we had poured down quite a bit, not quite a bit, but enough. What was the overall? We can go through the details, but we were red for hours, and just kind of save that information for VIP in the back. In terms of this top line resistance, this ascending line of support, ascending triangle, right? This flat top resistance is crucial. Okay, on an ascending triangle. Whenever you see a flat top anywhere in the market, yes, you start to think, well, it's a double top, right? It's an expression of a top formation. That's it. We're going down. No, always pay attention to whether or not your double top is really an ascending triangle in disguise. If you see at any point in time with price action, if you see something going on and express continual double or continual top formation, horizontal line across the top, always watch for buyers to pick up. Always watch for an ascending line of support. If you can establish an ascending line of support, things become very interesting. They are one of the strongest, most bullish patterns that exist. Okay, they trade very, very well. I just tell you guys, they trade very, very well. So when you're looking at pattern formations, always keep an eye out for a market take, particularly on the candles, also on the lines. Okay, you're always going to be able to look at the lines versus the candles. Okay, the line chart may have it, the candles may have it. There may be a difference, may be complementary one to the other. They may be conflicting, right? You may have different messages sent on each. And we go through those details quite a bit with the VIP in the back, etc. So that's why I formulated VIP, to tell you the truth. It has kind of evolved a little bit, but I had VIP because I was teaching people alpha trading. Just so you know, alpha is the percentage by which you beat the market. Okay, and that percentage by which you beat the market, that's alpha. That's not I'm an alpha guy. I'm going to be alpha. No, alpha is the percentage by which you beat the market, or that amount you beat the market over and above. And I was training alpha traders. Okay, and it was during the time of Bitcoin, and everybody knows this. During the time of Bitcoin, and we were here on the price of Bitcoin. Okay, we were up here, and I was already drawing on the residualist screen the arrow going down here. I was like, it is going that way to the alpha traders. Bam, and sure enough, boom. And so that's, I was training people, just alpha traders, and I said, why don't I formulate some sort of a VIP level or something like that, to where all the guys who are really into TA want to learn or want to help teach others or want to be around just the number one trade group, that they can get involved with the VIP. So that's how we kind of came about. Then we started looking at new coins. We got a few 5Xs, 2Xs, 10Xs, etc., and things just kind of developed from there. So it's been a great 2021, and in 2022 we are building. Right, that's what we're looking at doing, is just building VIP, and maybe even physically. Who knows? We'll look into that and how things may work out. Saw some really cool pictures from business that Angel had built out. Angel, very nice. You are quite the builder yourself, so we can learn a lot from you. I look forward to seeing what 2022 may have in store. Okay, so appreciate you guys being here, the new guys, Bill Crypto, and the man 530. What's up, Black Man? What's going on? Hope the 2022 is treating you both very well. I hope I hope that nothing but good things in 2022. We appreciate our relationships. Like, just maybe focus on that. I always tell people, eat well, sleep well. Crypto's open 24/7, 365. Eat well, sleep well, and invest in those relationships that you knew were worth investing in before you started investing. Okay, because the market can go away for you, but those relationships that you have are crucial. And I say, once you started investing, hey, maybe you now that you started investing, what I say is make sure you invest in these relationships as well. So let's look at the why is the price picking back up. Let's go to the 30-minute here real quickly. Let's go to the 5-minute. Let's just dig into the price action. We had this expressed descending triangle, which was kind of a bearish feature. Let's go to the specific, and we held this, which is critical. We held this this level of support. Let's go into the our specific price targets. Again, what did we hit? We hit into the golden pocket. Okay, on measured, those are price targets, the Fibonacci price targets, the pricing tool. It's under the pitchfork. Okay, this is the Premium Pro Edition. Premium Pro Edition of TradingView. If you don't have it, invest a little bit, maybe in your setup and what you've got, and what your rig, right, in terms of what you trade on. Do you have a little old dinky laptop, or you got something that can accommodate your trades? Are you on crypto.com and you can't even place a limit order? right? Maybe that's okay, but you know, if you're going to hold it for a long time. But if you really want to trade and enter and exit, you want to enter and exit at a limit order. You know what a limit order is. You know how to set one in a market. Now, I want to buy at this price. That's it, right? You set your condition. I want to buy at this 78.6% retracement at this discount. I want to buy it here. I'm going to place my limit order right there and let the market come get me. Right? Some people will do that. That's called a limit order. So as we talk about the and I haven't really stepped back from the notion that we're highly technical in a lot of different things. So to the extent that this, that it comes off as like, that's a lot of information. It is, but we don't have anybody in the group that hadn't been able to just pick it up. I mean, honestly, we get through it. It sounds like a lot up front, but I assure you, you can do it. That's my encouragement for 2022 for you. So, because it's like that, huh? When you think about trading, you think of like the guys on Wall Street. Like there's probably one or two guys, and they have this information. Some guy in a room with a really sophisticated computer and smarter than me, and he's figured out how to operate the exchange and everything else. And maybe I don't know. I can't figure out the computer that well. Maybe I can. You can, guys. You can. It takes maybe a bit of time, okay, but you can. And the guys who figured out, like, you remember those days. It's like, when things were, it seemed like someone else had a monopoly on understanding, and maybe that you didn't, right? But or had an edge on you. There's no edge. There is no edge anymore, right? We've cut through that, and you guys have done really great on that. It's nice. It's so nice to see people develop. Some people that have been around crypto for a long time, really developing. Really, really developing. So let's look at this on this is a nice view on the 77-minute. It's one of our custom time frames. I really like that on the 77-minute. You guys see how clean that is? I looked at the 77-minute sometimes because it's a valid time frame, and it gives us a different perspective. What the 77 gives you that the hourly doesn't is sometimes it'll just be a clearer picture of a differentiation. If you're looking at the closing, okay, these are closing figures. Just understand this. This would be like closing value on the line. You might have an open, all right? You might have an open differentiation where it would set along an open instead of a close, okay? Because right now, wherever this closes on let's say the hourly, wherever this sets on close, boom, it'll formulate a little pivot. Okay, the 77-minute, and it's not exactly like this, but it gives you a little bit differentiation from the hourly to where you're still open while the hourly closes. Okay, so just understand there's a little bit differentiation in there. It doesn't have to be that complicated. It's just a different look. All right, and that different look right now is expressive of the following. We'll get into the details here. And welcome anybody. Hit the like button. We'd appreciate that. It will probably get more of you here. In terms of if you like being here for a second, you're happy to find a stream. More people would like to find it, but we're not real hugely concerned on all the numbers. We've gone through the masses of people. We've done that. We had 130 was over 130 VIPs our first month of the channel. We had more than any other station, I think, maybe in the history of stations. I don't know, guys. I haven't heard of any more than 130 in a month. So that was a big deal. So we've really focused on quality and spending more time, quality time with the individuals that we have. So it's a real good group, real good group. Looking forward to 2022. See this descending wedge. It is technically a bullish pattern. All right, it's going to want to break to the upside. We cruise down this specific line of prior resistance to support, and it really pushed along that right down into that golden pocket, which again we measure pricing target from let's get into the Fibonacci retracement under the pitchfork tool, right under that pitchfork menu. We initiate at and I'd go to the specific as we look at the and if you guys would like to join, you guys go ahead and join Basecamp. You're welcome to join Basecamp. We'd appreciate that. Let me just go ahead and remove these comments. Typically, we reserve the chat session for VIPs, etc. So you guys are welcome to join Basecamp if you'd like to join Basecamp or something like that. And so as we would look at this, and shout out to Angel, brother, hope you're doing well, trying to keep that exclusive for you and the VIPs there as we would look at that. And no, it's no harm or foul, guys. So we appreciate having you here, but that's kind of exclusive VIP turf. Angel's the one with the wrench. Angel, what you up to? As we would look at this this specific retracement here, okay, from the previous move, we set the Fibonacci targets at the baseline up to the top, bam. All right, we came in contact with the 61.8 to the 65th, the golden pocket, bam. All right, nice move to the upside, 0.82%. And we're at 42,398. Just a huge, crucial move. I'm glad that VIP, that I was able to express that this was a shakeout. Way to go. Good job. So hopefully you didn't, I know you didn't release your position. That's just real critical after we did pick up at a lower target level. And let's go ahead and reframe. Since our target level to the upside, still up about 26%. Thus far, the overall goal here is going to be the following. Okay, it's going to be the following. Let's discuss this. A few different ways to look at this, but in terms of the line of, let me go ahead and take this kind of top side highway off the map, and let me take that off the map. Let's just clarify things a little bit. Let's get into this line of support again. October 2020, right, 10,000. July 2021. 30,000, 29,750. So 1, 2, 3. We are looking to get up and back above that level of support. We do not want to operate below that level of support and have it turn into resistance. That line right there is in play on the hourly, okay, as being just like really critical, having just reconfirmed off that prior support, okay, the prior support as a level of resistance. We just went through that. So this is a crucial move for Bitcoin. It cannot be understated, guys. It cannot be, let me say this, it could not be overstated in terms of how critically important this level is. It's just crucial. Angel and I have been talking about resistance all day long. It's crucial. Really, really crucial. So if you guys trade a lot, if you understand the dynamics in play, this is a crucial time for Bitcoin. Let me have a sip of coffee real quick. All right. So we will talk about needing to recapture price up and above. The beautiful thing is, if we can, this is the Hiroshima move for Bitcoin 2022. Okay, if we can, I'm just gonna say, if Bitcoin can do it, if it can get up and out. So much interest right now in Bitcoin. So excited to hear congressional leaders talk about it, heads of state talk about it. It's just, I mean, it is what it is, and we just appreciate you, Angel, being around. We appreciate all the VIP being in the just being who you are, because it's a great time to build this group, and that's what we're going to be doing in 2022. This inverse head and shoulders with the left shoulder here, this head formation, and the right shoulder. If we can build out, and it's a task. We're going to have to get up through that $45,000 range. I was going to tell you guys, and we do have this red dotted line. I was going to tell you, this would be the Hiroshima move. I am talking about nuclear, absolute power to the upside. You want to talk about profits. You want to talk about some good times here early in 2022. We would be looking at, it's not a sales pitch, it's just the truth. If you understand how big of a move that'd be, it'd be a 35% move to the upside. That would put, as you make a decision to hold or push your lower side entry to the top, that puts you at 68%, guys, from the pricing target. Our pricing target at the lower level, that puts you at 68%. That'd be sweet. You would start to achieve some degree of I'd say equivalence with this move earlier on in 2021. Right, that was an 85% move from that 30% or that $30,000 entry, the $29,750 that we caught in the back, that small ascending triangle. That was so much fun. That was a nice catch in the back. It was on the 5-minute chart. Really, it was a micro ascending triangle, and it was just, I mean, it was hammer time. When that thing hit, it took off. Boom. to the upside. And we got into some bullish features here that just cannot be disputed, telling everybody I knew, I was like, hey, it's a good time to buy Bitcoin. And I'm not one of these guys that all the time says, hey, why don't you guys buy Bitcoin? I don't sell people Bitcoin at the top. I'm not into that. I like people to get a good value, to never be overexposed at a higher price, and to just kind of use their common sense in terms of the market. Don't get burned. Don't ruin your day, your week, your month, or definitely not your year. It's not worth that, guys. It's not worth that. Some people, tell me they put a large percentage of their. Literally, I have guys that put a large percent of their net worth in at my target range. I'm like, really, huh? Just a large percentage of your net worth, huh? Great. But because I don't want people overexposed. That's not the idea. But they did extraordinarily well. So, and to credit, they know me. Some of those guys know me well enough that they've seen me be extraordinarily successful in targets, etc. So I don't know. Maybe I can't blame that feature of it too much. Maybe I should lighten up on that. Great move. Let's say that. Great move, great target, strike. I guess I forgot that element of that. The individuals who did that, some of them know me very well. So maybe I should lighten up on that issue. They went heavy, huh? They've seen things work out quite a bit. Okay. I'll take that into consideration. That's interesting. I hadn't really brought that up. That some of the people that I know really well took my targets and just absolutely hammered the market. So, just always with the ability to trade, never getting over involved in a trade, and that's what you're getting involved in. If you're not just going to hold, I'm gonna just buy here and just hold. I'm gonna become a hodler. If you're getting into a huge cash position and you're in a trade, make sure you know how to trade, right? Because if you miss a live stream, or you miss the next, or you listen to the wrong opinion, or you miss the next video, whatever it may be, just make sure you know how to trade, right? Before you really haul off and get into huge positions, right? Before you decide, well, I'm going to put extra dollars in at a price that I like, it's a discount that I like, I feel like this is good. From what I understand of TA, this thing could go, from what I'm hearing, it could go in the right direction. It's got a high probability. I believe that, right? Before you get there, before you put in some big bucks, before you put those big bucks in, make sure you know how to trade. It's not that difficult. And well, you probably said what I can figure out in the first couple of weeks or a month. I'm getting there. Good, but if you don't know how to trade, just maybe spend a little extra time and maybe a little bit of money, not with me, anything else. Just go take a class somewhere. Go wrap your mind around what the other 90% of the market that you think knows what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, guys. A lot of the time, you'll once you really start to learn TA, you'll realize that a lot of these guys don't know what they're doing at all. It's a weird kind of party you don't want to be at. All right, just that's me telling you the truth. Okay, not for you to join here or anything else. If you guys are still listening, but just for VIP, we know it's the truth. I just kind of reconfirm that all the time. We do our own TA. If you don't know how to trade, don't get into a position. Don't get into a position if you don't know how to trade. For a lot of people here, me included, just trading was the thing I wanted to do most when I kind of grew up. Whenever that time period was, I always looked at bankers, Wall Street, everything else, and that was it. And I was like, I want to trade. I want to maybe be on Wall Street. I got into finance, right? I got into working with some of the top. I'd say on whatever level it was, working in and around some of the top traders, if not the top trader in or from Wall Street. And I wasn't on Wall Street. It was my own hedge fund in California, non-SEC private hedge fund, but. It was a pleasure to work around him, to be around him, and to find the best trader on Wall Street still had questions for me. And I'm like, this is how this works. Like, it's an interesting dynamic, right? So I've been very fortunate to be around some of the very best and learn a great deal from a lot of them. And one of the greatest things I learned was the greatest trader on Wall Street is even going to have a question for me. I don't say that like I have all the answers. It's just a part of the dynamic of the market, of what we enjoy as traders. It's it's the dialogue, it's the community, it's like Angel. We bounce things off each other. He's been around Bitcoin since $7.79. Does he, did the best trader need my input? Maybe not. It's that the camaraderie. It's the journey through life and the market that we get to enjoy with each other. That's one of the greatest gifts the market can give to us, in addition to the profits, in addition to the opportunity to create wealth, right? Like real wealth. So that's a nice thing, but it's only within the parameters that that we're willing to designate those as part of like a disciplined approach to the market, a reasonable approach to the market, right? And always willing to dig deeper in the market if it presents that value. If if you had the option of shaking out retail hands, would you? Are you prepared to go through a major shakeout? We just went through a shakeout here in the last since reset at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, so 7 p.m. East Coast, right? Would you be prepared for a massive shakeout to the downside in terms of a liquidation down? I'm going to bring it up. Let's say a 40% liquidation in whatever you're in. Are you prepared for that? I know the answer for the VIPs, absolutely, for Angel, etc. Without a doubt, prepared 100%, no problem. Already been through a 65%, 75%, 85% loss of value with everything on Bitcoin in the years previous. No problem. No problem. We strengthen ourselves during those times. We know what to do. We're right on it. We're right here. We're still chatting with each other, and it's not a big deal. So if a move like that, 80% against you, would hurt you to the point that you couldn't survive or you couldn't function, reframe your game. And I'll just say again, do you know how to trade? Some of it is entering into an order book with your purchases and your sell orders. Some of it is understanding, what maybe the nuances of the bid, the ask, the spread, maybe your futures if you get into options, etc. Right? If you're dealing with perpetuals, whatever it may be. Some of it may be the overall strategy with which you're approaching the market. Do you know how to trade? Do you know your level of exposure? Anything about your overall, and I'm not going to give it to you, but your overall, capital management system. How are you managing your money, right? Money management. It's something you need to deal with. Not to show up on don't create a rainy day. Is the best thing I would tell you. Do not create a rainy day. Because it seems like, well, maybe it's fun, maybe it's going in the right direction. You always preserve those like a rainy day bucket, right? Extra cash, boom, time to chunk it into the market, right? You have your daily bucket, then you have your rainy day bucket, right? So don't create a rainy day without a bucket, right? Without the equipment, just don't do that. That's no fun for anybody, okay? So a shout out to Big Mike. I got to say that. JP Morgan or something. I don't know. In and around wherever he is. I hope he's doing well right now. Big Mike in the house. Hope he's doing well. Anyway, Master Trader? I don't know. Shout out to him on the rainy days. What's going on? And Angel, king of rainy days, king of no rainy days. Always the bulls are around. That was great, Angel. You telling me earlier on, well, the Bulls are here. Yeah, where are you, Angel? Where are you, brother? Are you here? Are the Bulls here? I don't know. You told me earlier on you were there. You're in the chat. You're probably chilling on the couch and so forth. If you are, that's great. As we would talk about, let's get into the details here. What's our expectation in terms of this move? Falling wedge, contraindicated by the, let's get into this, contraindicated by the descending triangle. Descending triangle. What does SHIB have to do with anything? 2.3, descending triangle? Because we had a nice run at this channel loves SHIB. That's just it. Don't worry about it. You knew I don't like, if you say you don't like SHIB, that's okay. A lot of people made a lot of money on SHIB. It was fun. It was good. It was our first 2x at the channel, so we pay attention to it. I'd like to see that play out. Nice flag, huh? Move to the upside. Channel formation to the downside, but heck, it went up. What did it go up, like 70% recently? 90% recently? Wow. That's a good move. That's a nice move. Let's get back into BTC. Up 0.28% now. That dominance still looking decently. So yeah, we have What I would keep an eye on right now is the framework of this, the 4 hourly. I want you to add on your chart the 100 and the 200 moving average. The 100 and the 200 moving average. Okay? The 100 and the 200 moving average on the 4 hourly are in play right now. Okay? Those are the critical moving averages that are in play right now. And let me go to here. Let me go to this, and let's add in, I want to show you, just go to indicators, put trend as your friend. Okay? But trend is your friend, just like the saying goes. And we have all kinds of stuff on the map. Double click on it. You can take off the majority of the upper and lower bands if you'd like to. Break high, break lows. You can take out you've got buy levels, etc. I don't use those. We do not use those, but I'll take off the colored portions, and you'll be left with just a real nice, I like their setup in terms of the 200 and the 100. The 200 is going to be in purple. The 100 is going to be in orange. Okay? Do you see how on the 30-minute we are using the 100 as resistance? You see it? Price going to the 100, rejection. Going to the 100, rejection. 100, rejection. We're at the 100. So that was being used as a level of support. We were staying above that. We frustrated along on the 30-minute time frame along the 100. We frustrated, used it as a resistance. Bam. In line with that 43,800. Bam. Okay. Secondary hit. Attempt to get back above that 100. Bam. Third hit. Fourth hit. So we are leveling out more sideways. That's nice, but we need to flip this 100 moving average. Okay? We need to flip this moving average and begin to use it as support. All right? You'll see a little bit of a attempt to do that in here. Above, below, kind of above and below, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, then bam, we're up and out and over. So we need that to occur again, all right, on the 30-minute. The 4 hourly is a real interesting level, all right? The 4 hourly on the moving averages. The moving averages change with your time frame. So we are in a position where we're up and above the moving averages. All right, we're up and above the moving averages. This 100 and the 200. The 200 is going to be in purple again still, guys. Just moving averages, different time frame. We're above the 100 moving average. We are in a position to use them as support. Now, using these as support would essentially assist us in defining a trend to the upside. And we would have established an ascending triangle as the formulated reversal. Okay, reversal pattern. So along with, at that point, and we've gone deep enough into this specific pattern formation with the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, we could call the inverse head and shoulder, right? The head formation, left shoulder, right shoulder. It's really easy stuff. Just like a head and a shoulder, left shoulder, a head on top, and a right shoulder. Like the head of someone, the left shoulder, the right shoulder. All right. So it's just inverted. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So we're looking for a pattern fulfillment, and in line with that, we need to get back up above this specific level of resistance, this carry down feature here. So we're going to be looking for more positive price action. What I'm going to tell you guys, on that 30-minute, I would pay a lot of attention to that specific, as you guys trade, to that specific level of the 100 moving average. Okay, that's what needs to, that's what the buyers need to step in and beat. Okay, we have our levels. VIP have the levels. You have your pricing targets. Okay, when you're looking for a discount, right? What is the old maxim? Buy at support, sell at resistance. Trade your patterns, right? This was a level. We were at support. I said buy. That was it. I said VIP, get a position, buy it. I said if you don't want to, if you want to sell at support, try it. You tell me how it's going to work out. You tell me how it works to sell while you're on a line of support. I want to hear how it goes. And some did. Some guy who's no longer VIP, he did. He sold at support, and he lost, and he's no longer VIP. So anyway, that's just that. That's real simple, guys. It's just it's support. Just buy at support, sell at resistance. Trade your patterns. Real easy, right? So it's not that complicated. So what I'll tell you guys, it's about 2:35 a.m. Central Standard Time. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to watch this pattern formulate. I'll be in the back with VIP to the extent you guys need me. Called the fake out. Looks like we're going to test that. The key takeaway here is testing that 100 moving average in the context of descending triangle. Essentially, I just say descending triangle. I didn't finish this up. I didn't complete this thought earlier, so I'll go ahead and do it. We have the fact that we pushed along the bottom side here is a little bit interesting. Okay, kind of creates a downward sloping channel. Not that that needs to be respected, but it is on the map right now with the traders. Okay, in line with probably a secondary, I'd like to say some sort of a descending wedge as a component there too. All right, which would be a bullish function at some point. So let's see the buyers continue to step in as we're also on this lateral, let's say this lateral area with a lot of volume, etc. There's a lot of volume, just a lot of pickups, a lot of orders, a lot of price action in this area. So this is the attempt of the buyers to use a prior resistance as a level of support. All right, resistance to support. Can't get up above it, don't want to go down below it. Right, so that would be a real crucial feature while we're in this overall range that we spent a lot of time in, from 40,000 to, what is that, 45? That 40 to 45 range is crucial. That would be the scope and the overall, I'd say, the area that we would want to get. It's going to be phenomenal if and when we can't get up and out of this, guys. But when we talk about just this level of the left shoulder and the right shoulder, is going to be part of the pattern construction, and buyers are going to hold it. The world, I'm just going to tell you, from the geopolitical issues with war, with potential, Ukraine frustrations, etc., with Fed rate hikes, etc., we're ready for anything. We'd like to see Bitcoin be the premier asset the world chooses as its refuge currency, right? As its safe haven currency amidst the inflation fears, etc. That's what we believe it should be, right? When the Fed takes things off its balance sheet, though, and there's a decrease in risk overall. Appetite for risk amidst investors who just are just throttled to the floor with the Fed decisions. We're going to have to see how that does work out, because we've got a lot on the map with. But I just say this with the Fed in terms of what Powell and company want to do, did, or what they might not have done, right? But as we'll look forward to these types of moves are really, really crucial, and always in line with pricing targets. That's going to be our mainstay. It has been our mainstay, and we'll continue to have it be our mainstay to try and help to create some profits for you, some additional profits for you in the market. At least have you understand what a pricing target is, right? So that's profit enough, just understanding the overall premise. So guys, this is London with Crypto King and Bitcoin Spike. Hope you guys have enjoyed a little bit of live stream, and hopefully it's short enough to where people can get back in and watch it in the morning. Take care of yourselves, guys. Don't be overexposed at any higher price, and don't get in a position if you don't know how to trade, unless you want to hold. And if you want to hold, hey, why don't you get part of the position and try and get a better price? Why don't you try and get a better price, guys? They always talk about buying the dip, so always be prepared to do that. This is London with Crypto King and Bitcoin Spike. Angel, big shout out to you, brother. Hope you're doing well, and look forward to chatting with you.